welcome to Tree Light Yoga, your place to practice yoga for your body and your mind. And today's class is especially for you women like me who have reached the age of 45 or more, and where things have started to change. Perimenopause is knocking at the door, or menopause if you are a little bit further in the journey than I am. And with that, things change that they don't really tell you about. I've noticed that anyway. It took me a good long while to realize, oh yeah, that's what's going on. Because the anxiety that yoga had kept nicely in check for, I don't know, 10-15 years started creeping up again. And I started finding that I was getting bloated for no good reason. And things were clicking and cracking and, moving, despite all of the yoga I do, moving a little bit differently. And whenever there's stuff that doesn't go quite right for me, this is where I come. It's always right. There is yoga to help this. There isn't always, but there is definitely yoga to make it nicer. And I started doing yoga and not doing the sequences that I was used to, just listening to my body, coming to my mat and going, right, okay, what do I feel like doing right now? And depending on the days, it tends to be a mix of flexibility and strength. Some days I feel like doing a lot of yoga, being very energetic. Some days I don't. And one thing that I've discovered in this new phase of life is that a lot of it is about listening to how you are feeling and working with it. So if you are feeling bloated, well, you are feeling bloated. There are still ways to make that work for you, and this makes no sense whatsoever. Spirit, give me the words to talk to my clients, to talk to these women over 45. Hello, welcome to my channel, your best place to practice yoga for your body and your mind. And today's class is especially for you, women like me, who have reached the age of 45 or are older in the journey of life. And the body, once you reach 40, 45 or older, starts to be a bit different for women, perimenopause, menopause. And with that, a whole lot of new things and different things are happening to your body and your mind that they don't really tell you about. They tell you a lot about pregnancy. You know that if you've become a mother at any point, they tell you a fair bit about that. But perimenopause and menopause seems to be like the big taboo that we all know it's happening, but nobody dares talk about it. So when it started happening to me, it felt weird, it felt uncomfortable, my anxiety went up. I started to feel a bit more uncomfortable in my body. And of course, as always, when that happens, I come to my yoga mat. And through that, through going to my mat and going, right, what do I feel like doing today? Because clearly what I'm doing so far is not exactly working anymore. I've come up with different sequences and practices that are really there to, they're a mix of strength and flexibility, of active yoga and more meditative meditation as such, or breathing. And what I want to share with you today is one of those sequences that is that right mix of strength and flexibility, which is ideal to really give you that feeling that you are okay. Things might not be the same. Your mind might have anxiety, or you might experience some brain fog, but you are okay. And I wanted to read an extract from a book by Lynette Allen before we start, which I thought was very appropriate to this phase of life. She knew it felt like sitting in a bath of anxiety, and she was worth more than that. So she just did her own thing, enjoyed her unfolding, and blessed her gifts. So this sequence is all about doing your own thing, enjoying the way your body is moving, enjoying the way you are, enjoying the unfolding of this new phase of life. So we are going to start in the child's pose. So if you want to come and join me on your hands and knees. Knees are about hip width apart, arms are reaching forward. You can relax the head down towards the mat. And let's breathe there for a moment. Enjoying the breath, the abdomen rising, pressing against the thighs. And the next time you're breathing, rising up onto your hands and knees, coming into the cat. Stretching forward and then rounding the back, looking down. Breathing in to stretch forward. Breathing out to round. And trying to keep a softness in the body. Keeping the elbows bent. And flowing with the breath. Listening to your body. Enjoying the way it moves for you today. Come back to the center. And now tuck your toes under and push up and back into the dog pose. Keeping your knees as bent as feels comfortable for you. Pushing the hips up and away towards the legs, lengthening the back. I used to really not like dog pose, but I've come to like it. And sinking down into the knees again, coming back into cat, gazing forward. And again, pushing up and back into your version of the dog. And forward, breathing in into cat, breathing out into dog. Breathing in cat, breathing out dog. One more. Lovely. Coming back into the cat. And this time stepping forward with your right foot. Coming up, checking that you are stable, that your knee is not going past your ankle. You've got a nice straight line here. And then we're going to breathe in to rise up. Breathing out, folding forward and arms behind you. And again, breathing in up. Breathing out down. One more. Breathing in, hands coming above your head, meeting into prayer. And take them down to the level of your heart. We're now going to twist to the right, resting your left elbow on your right thigh. And you can gaze up over the right shoulder, keeping the hands pressed together. Breathing comfortably in the twist. One more. Well done. Breathing in to rise up. And breathe out, placing the hands down, tucking the toes of your back foot under, and taking that front leg back, coming into the plank. So the hands are pushing you up, the elbows are still soft, keeping the tummy in, trying to keep the bottom low, and then relaxing down on the mat. Hands are under the shoulders. Breathing out to pull the tummy in, and as you're breathing, looking forward and rising up into your version of the cobra, only coming as high as comfortable, if that's the word, and then breathe out. Let's do that twice more. Breathing in, lift. Breathing out. Last one. Good. Now moving your hands on either side of the chest, palms facing down, and we're going to push up and back in the extended child. Again, taking a moment to rest there, enjoying the breath. And then rising back up into the cat on your hands and knees. And this time stepping forward with your left foot. Again, checking that your knee doesn't go past your ankle. And when you're ready, breathing in to rise up. Breathe out, folding forward, arms behind you. And again. Lovely. Really letting the breath guide you, rising with the in-breath, relaxing with the out-breath. Breathing in, hands coming up into prayer above the head. And as you breathe out, draw them down to your heart. This time twisting to the left, resting the elbow on the thigh, gazing up towards the left shoulder. Keeping your balance, keeping your focus. One more breath. And then coming back up. And relaxing the hands down. We're going to tuck the toes of the right foot under. Lifting the right knee off the mat and sending that left leg back. If that's not comfortable, you can transition from here into hands and knees and then tuck the toes under and lift the knees. Holding onto your tummy muscles. And then untucking the toes, coming down on the mat. Hands are either side underneath the shoulders. Pulling the tummy in for support, and then as you breathe in, gazing forward, lifting up into your cobra, and breathe out. 2 more, breathe in, and out. Last one, breathing in, and breathing out. Moving your hands on either side of the chest, and from here pushing up and back into the extended child. Stretching through the arms, breathing comfortably. enjoying those deep breaths. Next in breath, and curling up to kneeling. And coming to sit comfortably. You can either sit on the floor, on a cushion, which I'm about to do, or you can come up and sit on a chair. It's up to you. Good. So sitting with your legs crossed if you are on the floor. If you're on the chair, sitting with your feet flat on the floor and roughly hip width apart. And we're going to breathe in to take one arm up and over. And breathe out back. And again, breathing in and out. One more to each side. Nice. Placing your hands on your knees or on your thighs, rolling the shoulders back and down. And we're going to finish with a few moments of breathing, so closing the eyes or gazing ahead of you. Awareness coming to the breath. And as you breathe in, you can imagine that you're breathing in from the center of your body, outwards, towards your skin, and breathing out, back towards the center of the body. Breathing in, out, towards the edges of the body. Breathing out, back towards the center. And stay with that breath. Appreciating the expansion of the in-breath, the softening of the out-breath. Listening once more to those words from Lynette Allen. She gave up trying to prove her worth. She knew it felt like sitting in a bath of anxiety, and she was worth more than that. So she just did her own thing, enjoyed her unfolding, and blessed her gifts. So taking a moment to sit here, having an appreciation for your body, whichever way it is, whatever way you might be feeling right now, enjoying your body as it is, right here, right now. Feeling a sense of gratitude for having taken the time to do that yoga practice. And appreciating that now you are worth more than constantly proving your worth. You are who you are, and that is perfect. Next time you breathe in, sweeping your arms around in a circle, hands meeting into prayer above your head. And breathe out down to your heart. Well done! Thank you for taking the time to doing this yoga practice with me. Thank yourself for taking the time for you to do this yoga practice. And I trust that you are feeling that mix of softness and inner strength, that mix of flexibility and strength I was talking about at the beginning. And As this extract said, we have reached a time where we are worth more than proving what we are worth to others. So let's just enjoy who we are, how we are, whatever that might be for us. And if you want more of this easy, comfortable yoga, have a look in the comments. There is the link to my website where you will find some free practices that you can access now. There is a 3-day mini course on how to manage your emotions, which is ideal when they start going a little bit up and down. And I'll see you in the next video.